Hello, hello everyone. Welcome to the inaugural tournament that we're having today, which is the Comeback Cup hosted by NiQ Tournaments. My name is Nitera, and beside me I have the lovely Exia. What are you gonna say for us today, Exia?
Honestly, I'm just hoping to see some interesting, unique strats. I mean, we've seen a lot of stuff come out of champs already. Hopefully we'll be able to see some stuff getting innovated on and maybe some really close matches of Valorant because it's always a good sight to see when, both teams are having fun, really playing their best. I
Of
think right
course,
now we're gonna get into the map bans pretty soon,
we
but
are.
until then, yes, I believe they're starting right now.
Oh, that's great. That's great. But just a brief idea of what the tournament we're having here is today. I mean, we just want players to gain, this experience to test themselves, hosting this entire event just for them to get this experience down, just to fight with the best of the best within their regions. This tournament will feature a $50 prize pool with the winning teams after they play through a group elimination stage and a top 8 single elimination bracket over the next 3 days, which was started yesterday, and so we're into day 2. So today we are going into, I believe, semifinals round 1, and these teams are no slouch. Do you have a breakdown of the teams, Exia?
In terms of the teams, I think what we saw was kind of a bit of, well, I think for this team, let's see, AHP versus Intuition.
Right,
And I
right,
believe it was kind of going back and forth for the most part, but these teams generally kind of cruise through the group stages most of the time, I think.
right.
Had a bit of a, honestly, I would say the competition for the group stages is a bit, maybe not as thick as we initially thought. But again, both these teams should be coming to a head-to-head soon. In terms of their map vetoes, it's a little hard to say right now, but it looks like they are currently banning Fracture for the most part right now. I
Not a
can't see
fun
that.
map. Not a fun map.
Yeah. I mean, they're taking it out soon anyway, right? So
Oh,
I
that
know
is
something's
true.
wrong
That
with
is
it.
true. And sometimes you just forget that there are maps that they are willing to just cut off the chopping block. That's what we see.
Yeah.
But let's not forget that this is only the first map ban because this will be a best of 3. So this will be interesting to see how they want to play this out. We have a long day ahead of us, so I hope AHP and Intuition know what they're doing and they're ready to get at it.
Absolutely. I think events should be coming to head soon.
We're just waiting for I believe 2 of the team players to come back from a match real quick, and then we can get started. All right, and with that being said, though, Fracture ban is one thing to talk about, but what do you think they're going to be lining up for if they're going to go to any map in particular? Because
Um,
I feel, at least for me, I want to see a chamber come out from this.
Chamber.
Chamber.
I mean,
I mean,
okay. To be fair, I've had enough of Chamber for one lifetime. But then again, I play Astra a little bit, so then again, she was also really broken. Astra meta was
it
off
was.
the charts back in the day. I mean, 5 stars, like very like fast cooldowns is a nightmare. But I think Chamber is still useful in some cases. As you can see with like EG, they're really
Right.
experimenting with just the setups. So I think as a chamber, it's a little bit more difficult for you to be able to make those kinds of plays that you were used to, that you could do more easily before. But they are still possible and they are very rewarding. Obviously, the risk is even higher, and that's kind of the point of the nerfs, was to make it so that you couldn't just get away for free, or at the very least, if you do get away, you'll still have some level of risk
Right.
associated with that move.
All
So
right.
that'd be interesting to see. But I think for most players, they would probably prefer Jet in this meta right now because Jet is just overall stronger in both the defense and the attack. You don't really need to use up one of your Sentinel slots for that kind of
That
for
is
that
true.
agent.
Oh, here I'm hearing some good word. I think we're gonna get into it soon.
Yes, I
But
think we're getting ready soon.
yeah, but you were saying like the Jet pick is probably one of the more prominent picks, and I think I have to agree with you. I mean, Jet has always been a very viable agent for the most part. I mean,
Yeah,
we've seen it from the start of the entire inception of Valorant. Let's put it that way, right? Jet has
yeah.
been the mainstays to many of the games here that we had. over the past, I think, what, 5-6 years. And it's amazing to see that Jet is still rising in prominence once again as one of the stronger agents to come out on top once again. So you know
Yeah.
what? You might be right on that. Two strong picks, right? I talked about Chamber, still a strong pick, and of course Jet, still a strong pick. Lots of different ways we can play around it, but let's see what map they pick up first, because right now it's looking like we have Ascent on our first map, followed by Pearl, and we're looking for 2 more bands on the side of, I believe, AHP before going to Intuition again.
All right, Ascent. I mean, that's your bread and butter tactical FPS map, you know? 3
Yeah.
lanes, got a mid. Pretty simple.
Yeah.
A little bit defense, or not little. I would say it's a little bit if you know how to play the map.
Right.
But if you know how to play the map on attack as well, you can definitely force a couple interesting rotations out from your opponent. But
Right,
let's take a look at the agent selection here.
Well, you are right on one thing. For the most part, they've basically locked in Jet, and we're just left to see what the rest are. The KO mirror as well, and we also have a Sova mirror. So the rest is just history.
Yeah, KO, Sova, Omen, those are kind of mainstays of Ascent. But it is interesting seeing AHP pull out a Raze instead of a Killjoy. I mean, no Sentinel on this map is going to require a lot of coordination. One of the reasons why Killjoy is so popular is because you can just lock down so many parts of the map.
Right.
And, distance isn't an issue because you can put Killjoy towards market, you can put Killjoy somewhere on B site, and the alarm bot should still be in range for mid. So you don't have to worry about those mid plays coming out too often.
It's a tight squeeze, I would say, but you're actually right. Killjoy is able to just control the area all on her own, just plunging down 2 things. It's just the alarm bot to give you an idea of whether they have moved out, and of course your turret. So they've got a lot of options moving into this, but I'm a little bit excited to see how Raze will perform here. They might just go all aggressive and all in one side altogether. That is always a very viable and dangerous strategy. And it looks like they are going to do it with the side A here.
Yep, and with the Raze pick, I mean, a lot of that Killjoy utility is going to be useless, but it looks like they're going the opposite way, so they're about to explode onto the A site. Intuition, though, I mean, looks like they're just going for the standard 2-3 default.
All right, let's see it then. Oh, Jet already coming in, and they've already got a first pick here, cleaning it up in return here, but from the corner coming on. Oh, nothing available there.
These shots are messy.
A little messy for sure, but with the kill from the smoke into the fire and the fray, we have 1 more remaining there, but it looks like Sova is coming to pick up from the roundabout, and we're gonna see him pick up the Omen, but that means that he's the only one left in that corner. He needs to try to find a way in as Omen starts planting. This might be the first game win for them, as we do see him come in, so is trying to pick them off, and they are all upon.
Omen, look at that.
Yeah.
Last player
You gotta wait it out. They've only got 1 remaining, and Omen picks it out right there, and that is going to call our first game. This is a beautiful, beautiful first round. I mean, not much to say. They don't really have much to work with here, but going into the next round with a rifle or even a safe to use anything better is going to be fantastic. They have locked in basically their first 2 more rounds.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at the heat map there as well, all the defenders kind of died on the extremities. They died in heaven, they died on tree. They weren't really able to defend the site properly, so I'm wondering how they're gonna be able to switch this up, even on an eco. Fighting for this space is crucial. Backing up instantly off the utility is maybe a bit rough.
And I love to see this. We have a Raze with Judge and go in for the fight here. Just waiting to find it, pick the corner and get a free one. The freebie's near, calls out mid, and starting to let down move away, just barely out of time. Looks like they're rotating out, there's nothing here anymore. The tree room is basically the almost on. He looks at the corner, and there we go. Beautifully done with that Judge. But let's see how they're gonna fight around his heaven as well. We're gonna see they're trying to force this one once again, and I really love how they might be able to make this work. There's someone at the corner getting picked out, and the Killjoy once again. I didn't need to say too much there, but I think you can see how clean this one is.
Yeah, not much to expect there. I mean, Judge is an absolute light shield destroyer, so makes quick work of those eco bars. But now getting into the rifle round, the question is, how do you bring that Judge closer to the enemy so that you can use it?
Is holding the Judge even correct? That's the question.
Yeah,
Yeah. For the most part, it looks like Race is committed to holding that judge. I mean, makes the most sense. You paid for it, make your money's worth.
Kind of interesting though. They got all three.
I cannot use that.
Well, not all three, but 2 initiators and the controller over towards A side. And
I
then
cannot
both
use that.
duelists are kind of
Take flight.
dual lurking onto B, trying to get space.
You're right. I'm not sure where to look because, you know, on one hand, yes, the bomb is with Jet here. The spike is there. We're just waiting to see how it goes out. And looks like they want to play this one slow. Okay, here they can check in. Oh, Jet comes in. No hits there. Unfortunately, so much is unfortunate. Unable to see anything more after the arrows down. Smoke comes in. Looks like they want to rotate this entire way to side A. And that might not be the worst thing in the world.
Yeah, I think they were trying to run a fake onto A, but the players just wouldn't budge.
Yeah, they wouldn't budge, and it looks like they're going to commit to this entire team now on side A. Haven has 2 coming around, but they don't even see that as Sky is blue going to plant the spike there. This is painful. This is painful. Again, they're racing a timer.
One enemy
and I don't
remaining.
like how Intuition is always going around it. Nice pickup coming in there, and it looks like they're completely to go. Oh, around the corner, the kill is dead. He knows. He knows.
Oh, he should know though.
Oh no! Oh, you hate to see it. Did not check his flank there.
Yeah, you gotta check those corners. I mean, I mean, I believe Moon got a couple kills on Tree anyway, right? It's unlikely
Right.
that he would push back and go towards the mains. He's probably either flanking you or coming from the window.
I would say it's information overload, right? Like, just there are a lot of things going on in that fight, and maybe
Yeah.
just an oversight, which is really unfortunate.
Yeah, but Intuition really got to calm their nerves here. Looks like they're going for a fast mid hit though.
Oh, let's see. First one now. We have 2 ultimates. Our Jet is on standby. The ultimates, and we see it popping out, but just a little bit of a fight here with the Sheriff. The Omen is walking away scot-free too. Let's see how you
Yeah.
go. Moon again coming around the corner of his team. Omen at the very back with the spike pushing in. It's 3-2. They're all in the wrong positions here as Omen is just scouting out through mid. That is not the way you want to go. They now know that nobody's here. Market clean. They just need to go around the docks here and they can start planting on the site. And this is beautifully done from them because 3 on site and no one is the wiser.
Not looking pretty right now.
If you just wasted a smoke, Killjoy's there. Oh, nicely
player
done. Picks it
standing.
up just in time. Beautiful flick. Oh man,
Falcon
last one.
Stormer was able to pick up the Panther, but nothing comes of it.
That's unfortunate. That's unfortunate.
Yeah, I
Running through
think
B like that.
if I saw that correctly, he walked forward into the angle. Kind of was not prepared to see anyone there. I mean, it is a little risky in a 3v1 to push out like that, but honestly, I guess the information's worth it and it paid off in the end.
It is. It is. I'm not sure if that was the right play though. I mean, maybe it would be better for him to just, you know, hold back and just wait it out. Game was effectively pretty hard to come back from that. A 3v1, they're both healthy, and Omen, you've got nothing up. So.
The same setup as
Revealing area.
the KO Knife and the Silver Dart.
Beautiful flash, but you know what?
Jet
And
grounded.
anything. Hano gets
Nothing.
away with daylight robbery almost, but that's
Oh,
the
no.
spike.
Spike down B.
They lost the spike on B.
That is insane. That is insane. I do not know what else to say. Omen is just holding it down here. They've got the spike in their hands essentially, and there's almost no way they can come around it until they push it through.
It's a mad dash.
Yeah, it's a mad dash, alright.
It's the position. Oh no.
Is this the swing that they need to get back 8 HP?
But look at Sky's Blue. He's
Sky
all the
Blue.
way over in CT. He's got a huge position.
Scanning ahead.
I
have to
think
see.
Sova loses improve is kind of suspecting it, but maybe
He doesn't
I mean-
see anyone, that's the problem. Try. And let's not forget, Jet
Sky
has
is
ultimate.
already on B main.
He's coming around the
About
corner.
to look,
This is
but
good,
then
what is
loses
good?
improve. Suspects something.
Last
Holy
player standing.
timing. What is that?
That's
Gone.
so painful. He had everything set up for that free ultimate to go in
30
and make a
seconds
play,
left.
but that's not where we're at.
Sandia did some damage though.
He knows
2v1.
Killjoy's there. Oh, sees it.
Crossfire.
Decides.
They're just playing this so safe and loses approval, finding that last kill on his counterpart.
This is what they needed. Intuition now has the roundabout back, and they are now taking back this game. They're starting at the 1-4, but who knows how long this can go.
Definitely not the best start you can have on defense, but I think that is definitely one of the rounds you want to have.
Break that tempo.
Yeah, exactly. And I think Nano needs to just calm it down. Maybe try not to take the spike by herself while lurking onto B as a duelist.
A little bit unfortunate, but what can I say?
Placing swamp grenade.
CL kind of setting up a bit late, but
Not the worst thing in the world. I mean, we have a nice dog with a little bit of a turret there and a swarm nade, but we're gonna have to see how they want to push to A side as the bomb is already over there at the moment.
see AHP creeping up onto mid, trying to take that space.
It's a little spicy there. I don't think they want to fully commit into A just yet, especially when you have the Jet almost coming around from tree there.
And Sandia is just droning up for Sky to be able to get more space onto Cat. Oh, and it works. The crosshair is broken.
Oh, here we go. They're going in. Haven's clean, unfortunately, but it looks like that's also one of the best things that can happen there. They're able to push it and just rob themselves. Okay, win right here. This dropping spike, but still with his ultimate, not allowing the KO to drop that spike, and that's good. Buying a little bit more time as Moon is now planting once again, and the entire team is able to
Spike
rotate
planted.
back. Look at that, beautifully done. Buying some time.
Yeah, now it's just
Running
another 4v4 on the A side, but Sky kind of
Nicely
maybe
done.
not reacting in time there. Last heal finds 2.
AHP is not looking good too. It's
One
so
enemy
hard
remaining.
and heavy, and now all that is Heaven, and that is not much you can do there.
Yeah,
It's
Moon
good
just got
difference.
absolutely swarmed.
Yeah, I mean, like, this is just the free defuse. I mean, like, I thought they had it early on, and maybe I was right to say that the tempo is now swinging back to Intuition's favor, because they're looking mighty hot after that entire play, but burning out one ultimate is, was it a worth it price? Can you tell me, Axia?
I mean, they do still have 4 other ultimates at the ready, but the KO ultimate, definitely something you want to be using a bit more sparingly. I think they basically already had the site, it's just that they lost an unfortunate kill to Curvine in tree there.
Right, so...
And then they should have really just saved that for the post plant.
Get out of my
Here we
way!
go. Oh no, not getting a hit. That's not good. Guy's now just running away scot-free from that. After that traumatic experience, he just wants to wait it out, especially with his ultimate on the ready.
Same play happening though, drone comes out. Shot reads
Not in a
out.
good position.
Oh, not able to find him.
Wow, that was amazing. I mean, I thought Zero was coming, and I think, especially for Sky, saw the first shot, knew it had to be taken out ASAP. Beautifully done. All now rotating the side A. This is going to be quite the mad dash. Haven is looking pretty hard there. I don't think I want to step in there right now. KO is now hovering around, and the rest is rotating to tree. So we're gonna see what that's gonna happen.
And the money's looking pretty decent for Intuition, so even if they lose this round, they should still be able to buy for the next. This might need to be a save, because this is looking pretty hopeless.
Oh, it's
A
dicey,
bit
alright.
disjointed. Yeah.
Looking out. I don't think you want to peek out there, Falcon. Everyone's looking at you. Oh, not getting a single one.
Last player standing.
Two angles there. There's no way you can pick that one out that fast. And the worst part is they do pick up a free op. I do not like the sound of that.
Yeah, the attacking off is... Well, I think they're feeling really confident right now. Having 5 rounds already, they're kind of on fire right now. What I'd like to see from Intuition, though, is they need to do what they did in that one round where they got the raise off of B main. They need to take this space on the extremities because they know that AHP is going to be proactive elsewhere. Right, if they're taking one part of the map, they need to be taking the other side, at least so that they can be able to pivot and just gain more space for the retake. Otherwise, they're going to get boxed out again and again.
Well, for one thing's for sure, though, at least we now know side A might be the likely target here, as we are seeing absolutely no one there, except for a single Jet and an Omen. They might want to rotate around and make the play here, but it looks like they're still trying to force something out on the side B.
Yeah, we'll have to see. Now, a lot of A lot of presence on mid here. They're just slowly creeping up. They've got options.
They do.
Smoke there just to cause a bit of paranoia. Looks
like they
like
wanna
they're
rotate
calling
retreat.
to transition into an ace. Oh,
They've cleaned up tree, and now they're able to just walk in free here. Side A's just for taking downhill. Nothing is available, and it looks like this is the free plant here because there's no one up top.
yeah, it looks like Intuition is just too
Spike
scared to
planted.
venture out into mid. I mean,
Deploying drone.
it's one thing to come from CT, but now
Thank
you're
you.
wasting so much utility trying to get back onto the site. You don't have a flank. You know didn't contest for A main, and so now what are you gonna do? You just gotta brute force it out of here.
I mean, can we fault them? They have an op on standby and running through mid. Thing, but now that the op is down, they're able to make a play here.
Jung
So
Cheon.
player
Oh my, this
standing.
is turning horrible.
hell right there. There's no why it's gonna call hell, but unfortunately the reload there, and now
Oh,
they
and
have
Lasio manages to get
Down
the
here.
trade though.
That's painful. That's painful. They had this in the bag, and unfortunately, it looks like they just lost it just like that. Oh, that is gotta hurt.
That's not even a util diff. I think Jung Cheon just came out swinging.
So they still have this in the bag. It was 1-4, and now we're back to 3-5. This is great. This is great for them entirely. And like, we're gonna have to see how this pans out.
Yeah, I mean,
Alarm bot out.
if you got shots like those, I mean, you really don't need map control. But I think right now you're gonna see Falcon Storm starting to put a one-way. Probably getting some help from Jung Cheon, so he can hold that.
This is the fourth. This is the fourth. UC coming in, pushing forward. Heaven's not. Unfortunately, uncontested as UC still take him out for one. But they're still not over. They still have 4 players in the team, and let's just see how they play this out. From the corner right here,
Right
KO
here.
is trying to wait for the opportunity. It's the smoke. Does not see it. He's going to wait for opportunity. Goes in. Do you want to just disable this? And this means they get a free punt, and from there, they're free to trade out. Bit of a wasted ultimate coming from the storm there. I don't really feel like that might be the case,
Spike
but
planted.
then again,
Well, I
it
did
is
find
free.
one.
It is find one, and oh, there we go.
Last player standing.
Dragged it a little bit too far there. We saw that crosshair just not out of sight there.
41. Oh, this is impossible.
I don't know how they want to do
And
this.
we'll do a bit of chip, but this should be in the bag, unless.
They
No,
can do it.
guys to the shock tower, yeah.
Yeah. Very unfortunate shotgun there, and again, opposite perspective. Once again, Intuition is just kind of like, kind of coming back at it.
Yeah, they're definitely starting to pick up the pace again.
And they only have a few
Get
more
this.
rounds before they have to swap over, so I think they want to make the best of it. Oh, Moon is calling out a
Alarm bot
timeout. Not sure what AHP's got cooking, but for the most part, it looks like they want to do this Indiana Jones run, right? This KO is going all solo on his own adventure. The rest of the team going on a side plot. Not sure if that's the play, but let's see what they think about it for the time being. We still have a little bit of time, but how are you expecting things to go up right now, Axia?
Well, I think based on what AHP have seen so far, they're starting to learn that the retakes are quite powerful against the utility. And again, without that KO ultimate to sort of bolster their takes and that KO utility, because they're spending a lot of utility early on, right? But that
Right.
doesn't leave a lot for the rest of the site. Like, they're using both pieces of initiator utility to take that initial bit of control. But once that's gone, now for the next 40 seconds, they have to rely on their jet and their raise to sort of find picks elsewhere on, elsewhere on the site, so that
Absolutely.
at the very least the utility difference doesn't matter so much. So I think right now we're going to have to see a bit of a pace change, a bit more defaulty. Try to get those early picks, but Intuition aren't giving those picks early on at the very least. Even though they're not contesting for the map and getting that control, at the very least playing passive like this prevents them from giving those early first bloods over to AHP.
Right. And this is just how they want to play. I mean, I think the best way to describe it is play it slow, right? Because they've been forcing it very
Blocking sight.
right
I
now,
can't
and
use
it's
that.
not with fruition. They're not getting anything out of it. They do pick one. The jet is coming from the corner, and I don't think they like that. Raze now waiting for the opportunity. Oh, I think they understand market's a little bit nasty there. I don't think they want to come in anymore. And they've closed it off, and this is not looking good on the side of Intuition now. They've finally taken point down at side
Placing
B, and
sentry.
this is not good. It's not good.
Weapons
Nobody-
are a bit scrappy. This guy kind of lost his cool there.
One enemy remaining.
Oh, you hate to see that. You hate to see that. I mean, we're almost at the end of the first half, and you know, Econ's looking a little bit low, but you know what? All in this. I think all in is the play. They've got enough ultimates to counteract theirs, and a little bit more to spare as well on the side of intuition. So, who's to say that this is not the play? Just buy out your rifles and then make a stand.
Yeah, and intuition again stacking towards the B side, expecting another hit here. I think this is a good read. After just getting blitzed though, how are they going to adjust? There's no Killjoy utility to stop the initial push. Junchan just kind of has the knife out, and Sandia loses to the respam. Oh, and this is just looking sloppy.
Calling my bot.
It's
I don't know,
just
sloppy is
falling
good.
apart.
One enemy
Uncoordinated is
remaining.
probably another way we can call it out because wow, that was painful. That was a full wipe there. They did not lose a single member
Last
there, and
round
that's gonna
before the
hurt
switch.
Econ on the side of intuition. Again, this is one of the last. This is the last round. Yeah, this is the last round before swap, and this is not gonna look good for them.
I mean, I understand what they're trying to go for. The read was good, but the execution just was not there. Ideally, that KO knife should have been out like way faster to stop the push.
Right.
I mean, Jet was already on lane by the time that knife went out, and again, throwing it so late before the smoke even comes out means you're just gonna get swung by the rays.
And this hurts because like two of the teammates are carrying have light armor. It's not looking good for them. They forced it out. And like I said, one of them is down for 12. This is not looking good. They're gonna try and push for 8 this time. 5 on the side. Now going to 4. Let's see if we can find anyone else for it. Tree room is looking pretty clean here, except that Silver Jones does see over the turn around the corner and try to get off, but KO is now safe and sound behind that door.
Lacio manages to
Spoke
put some
too soon.
pressure.
Last player
Oh
standing.
my,
Spike
Lacio
down
with the
A.
turret?
Omen, last one up. He's waiting around the corner. He has to just hold it on. I do not believe that this is looking good for them. They also dropped the spike, not running it at all. No rush.
Yep. And they'll manage to salvage this half. What turned out to be quite dangerous.
Switching sides.
Wow, that was quite the defense. But now that we swap sides, AHP is going to see how they can play this out. And this time, maybe as the defenders, they've got something cooking. We did remember the race pick, right? So they don't have a sentinel. It's going to take a little bit more effort. I'm excited to see how this one plays out.
I'd say Raze is a bit more of a defensive duelist, though, in comparison
Really?
to other duelists. Yeah, I mean, the grenade and the boombot are great ways of clearing out space and making sure that you can take that early control. It's a bit more active than Killjoy, for example, but that's the danger, is you can't really play reactively like Killjoy. You can't really hold back and wait for the opponents to come in, because by then they're already in. You can't stop them.
Right.
But that's what we're seeing right now. One Way comes out, and they're taking aggressive aim and control already right off the bat. 2 players have just taken control of this side of the map.
And right there, they see, oh, wow, that was cool. Okay, Sky understands the situation and knows, alright, danger sensors alerted, we gotta get out. Oh, this is not good. You don't want to go in there, dude. You don't want to go in there.
Yeah, there's 2 players on the other side of the smoke.
Ooh, that is dangerous. Downwards Oregon. And now as we look to mid here, they're going into push tree room. I don't see anything else other than a massacre, and they're just slowly picking one at a time, but a little bit low for my liking.
But it's a 2v2 now. Numbers have been equalized, but intuition on dangerously low HP, and they don't know anyone is main. Oh, the grenade!
Spike planted.
The
One enemy remaining.
Oh, style points for Nano.
I mean, we did talk about it. They were very low. It was not looking good for them, and honestly, once again, it was not. Just check it. Check it. Very unfortunate. But
Yeah,
again,
not having someone to clear, not really clear, but at least spot out a main to tell you, like, oh, if they're one-waying a main, there's probably someone there. If we haven't seen, all of them, they're probably holding the one way.
I think that's one of the things we need to call again is that AHP has once again taken the first round in the half, and maybe that's just their thing, they take a very early lead on, take a few points, then they're able to like let it hurt them later on. A little bit of a buffer for them, and that's great because now they've got a little bit more to work with, and they can fight this back. I mean, let's look at their buys here. They don't even need to buy the econ this. They can stand by for an op later on,
Right here.
as well as a few more better rifles.
see Nano using that boombot to get some more space. Only has a bucket to his name. Gets a lot of information though off of that swing.
Good,
Now the one-way comes out. Nano isn't going to reinforce it though. Bit of a mistake.
Well, for the most part, the only casualty we have is not really a casualty, just a little bit of a scrap here, a little bit of a flesh wound from Solve, and that's all we have to say for that, because now Solve knows if he walks out, he's gone.
Yeah, but he is vigilant. Managed to
there we
bait
go,
out the
it's a
shot,
push.
and now knows somebody's holding down mid. Nano though with the buggy. Does get stand out, misses the dart.
I don't know if he wants to stay there though. Oh, okay. Really aggressive there.
For a
Coming in.
sheriff shot.
Nice
Straight of
damage.
damage, and yeah, the low HP is just really hurting them.
Nicely done.
One enemy remaining.
Really done using the bucket.
Spike
to, like,
down
check it out
A.
first real quick.
30
and just
seconds
backing over the ghost.
But
Got
I mean,
something
if you
going.
look at the amount of time here, they still had 20 seconds. They could have called for a better kill.
Definitely.
I mean, last CL had all of mid basically. That could have just been a pivot into B with one person there.
They decided, you know what, the team play is the play. They wanted to rush in 5 altogether, and unfortunately, it did not pan out well for them. Alright, and this time it looks like they want to... Maybe they're taking your advice on this one. The Killjoy is going around to A, and this time they've all decided, let's come up to potentially push side B through B. And that is going to be interesting to see, as we've got a lot of things going on for them. They've got flashes, they've got smokes, and of course, shit. Blue market is being spotted. Not too good, not too good.
The initial pick does go the way.
Wounds coming out.
Intuition, and the flash comes out. Straight up, Kirby getting dangerously closer.
Oh, I'm not sure if this is the right play. If it's still suppressed, just one more second before you can take a fight if he wants to. I'm not sure if this is what we should be looking at here, because KO is looking mighty fine on the other side. Just waiting around the corner. He knows. He knows.
Is the flash gonna come out? I mean, there's no support for Kervin here.
The problem is that both players are too afraid to go in, but I do believe Jet has the ability to just dash in if he needs to. Kervin has the advantage and he's waiting for it. He knows it's there. Maybe the dash is the play. Doesn't see it. Smoke, nicely done. Able to cross the
As the
market.
smoke if they push into the market. Yeah, this is just
This is it, this is it.
a good call.
Wait, he's waiting from behind. Oh no.
30 seconds left.
Guys. And he is just kind of taking shots.
Ooh. It's a little bit messy there coming around the corner, but you know what? Still made
One
it out.
enemy remaining.
We still have AHP left with that one raid, and unfortunately, it looks like that's all she wrote.
Yeah, I mean, a good audible right there. Just wait for the smoke to go down, find the right timing, smoke up, and then just run it down mid. But again, I think having that passive information, that slow style, gives you that time to think and really make those calls in the first place.
Alright, anyways, it's now
Ready.
score 6-9, but I don't think there's much else to comment on that, because it is going to be a rough one. And once again, doing the same
They dodged the
strategy.
knife, yeah.
And like, it's all gonna come down again once to KO and the Jet playing around mid. They want to push it there, then they already take the first one out of the count, which is KO, and that means guys, might
Get locked in sight.
get out. Someone is on top of them. They know it's a race now, and they're trying to get a pick at it. Nothing. They're just waiting it out. The Jet's waiting there. Kirby decided, I'm gonna change my route. Say sight. And no avail, unfortunately, missing every single shot.
Oh, but Sky's Blue has just found
Spike
two
down
with the
mid.
operator.
That does not look good. That is
That's
not
no
boding
good.
well. Spike
They
is
don't
at
quite
mid.
realize how close
Last
he
player
is. Last
standing.
CL
Oh,
caught
no.
unprepared, and he just comes swinging out.
He did have a little bit of HP to work with. I'm not too sure if that was anything they can do at that situation unless they get a few nice nicks to the hit. Let's look at the score though. It's definitely not looking hot on the side of Intuition right now. Not the best round, for sure. But if there's any chance at it, they might be able to make a nice tempo swing with the amount of econ they have.
Yeah, Intuition is kind of knocked down onto a semi-eco. You know,
Yeah,
one rifle, a Guardian, mostly SMGs, and it looks like Nano is disconnected. For some reason.
We're gonna call that out, but I don't think they
Yeah.
realize.
Now, I
Spike
think
down
Here.
should have seen where some of the players are right now.
Fortunately, they have to play this round out. You know that one there.
Last player standing.
Wait, take it out. Wall back. And now.
Being not aware, yeah, he should have heard the sound drop of that. I believe Nano is just disconnected.
Oh, there we go. He's back. A little bit painful to say that they lost the round just because of disconnect. Very unfortunate. I mean, what can you do if your ISP drops? Just at right, you know.
Well, I mean, they lost the 4v5. That's not ideal.
It's not ideal for sure. Oh, we're now notified that it's a crash, and that's gotta hurt. Definitely.
Like Nano disconnected again.
Right.
But yeah.
Looks like they paused. Yeah, they paused the timer. They're just gonna wait it out.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah, wait a little bit for Nano
Well,
to
you
get
know.
back here.
But for the most part, I think it's a very good time to talk about how they can come back. Because in the style situation, they do have two ultimates to pair with AHP's two ultimates. Same ultimates, by the way, no change to that. Omen and Jet on both sides. But it does look like because of that Killjoy pick, they are a little bit sloppy when it comes to pushing in.
Yeah, with only having one dive duelist, it's difficult to really be super aggressive. I mean, this comp, believe it or not, looks a lot more defense-sided, actually. That's why Ascent is considered to be a very defensive map, is because of the comps that people can play, the information from the double initiators, rather. It becomes extremely difficult getting that extra that space.
It's a choice, but you're definitely more favored onto the defense. And I can't say that that's wrong at all.
Spike
Yeah,
down.
just push out like AHP right here.
Hold on,
Nano
AHP's
is
coming
back.
against Nano. Ooh, you hate to see it when Nano comes back with the snipe going in just like that. Let's see where they're going around. Flying around all the way, trying to catch them off, and Falcon's not is spotted.
Last
Nicely
player
done, nipping him
standing.
just like that. Tap
This
twice
is
just
an absolute lockdown.
And
And
now
nice
he's scary.
scan Curvy, and they know where he is. That angle
Stay
taken,
down.
but he loses the fight. Curvy just needs to know that somebody's there.
They really need to. The defenders are already taking this one out from the cells. The spike is
There.
in mid, essentially, and there's nothing more they can
Match
do.
point.
Yeah, I mean, they're just doing it right now on a tear. They got the eco advantage. They got everything. They got 3 ultimates.
Well, let's
6
be fair.
rounds left for Intuition.
Intuition has 4 ultimates, and they have at least 6 rounds if they want to make it to a stalemate here before they go in for the last one. So we're gonna see how this pans out, but it's not to say that they don't have a chance. Let's put it that way.
Looks like they will make the right read,
out of
though.
my way.
5 players making their way off the B, and it's going to be a mad dash in.
Oh, you see them all running through here.
This
First
guy's
one
already
here.
through. Curvine just not finding those hits. Oh, yo, what was that shot?
Harris setting up. Oh no!
remaining.
Oh, that's not looking good.
It's just absolute destruction on the final round.
Defenders
Can you
win.
believe it? I can't. Because that one hurt him very cool. Ooh, you hate to see it. Ascent is now one and done. We now know who our winners are. AHP taking the first round, and this is going to look pretty and mighty hot for them going into that. Remember, this is a best of 3. They only need to win one more. And at this point, I mean, if your Intuition, after coming back from such a strong attack phase, strong defense, it's kind of hard to just, drop everything off at the, defense side. It's not
Yeah,
good.
I think they only won just 1 round on attack.
Right.
That was pretty rough for them. I mean, even on Ascent, yeah, it is traditionally a defensive-sided map, but even still, only 1 round on the attack is absolutely brutal. I mean, I think just in general, the plan was not solid. They're just didn't know how to default properly. But then the one round they did go slow, I think that was the one time they were successful, right?
That
They
one hurt.
slowed down the pace, they made an audible, they were decisive in what they wanted to do, and they won the round because of it. They just caught AHP off guard, but that just never happened anywhere else. AHP was just way too in control of the tempo. And I think
Right.
that's ultimately what led to their attack side being so lame.
I think the worst part about this now is that they have to slog through this again, another round at the very least. If they want to make a comeback here, it's a best of 3, like I said. And the one thing that's gonna change this entire game plan for them right now, as I'm looking through the stats, is probably to figure out what are their key plays. I mean, for the defense side, we knew Killjoy was definitely the one to go down for, always sitting down there very strong. But I think that lies the question: can you guys take the first game? Because so much of the tempo was won on the first 3 rounds of the match every time they hit the split, right? Had the
Yeah.
econ, you could decide whether you want to like go eco there afterwards, or you want to like budget buy your SMGs to like compete against them, or even worse, if they decide to go rifles and take them all by storm. That first round is too crucial.
Yeah, absolutely. And not being able to win even some of your rifle rounds just adds to the pain, right? I mean,
Salt to the
it's
wound.
one yeah. It's one thing to lose both pistols and both ecos, but then, if you can't even win the bonus convincingly, if you can't win just every other rifle round convincingly, then I think this match is settled from the start, right?
It
It's
is.
not Yeah, I mean, you got teams like even Carmine Corps. Their pistols are infamously horrible, among other things, but their rifle rounds are actually pretty good. They have some outstanding aim with the rifles, and so that's what brings them a lot of those rounds. So when, teams like that lose, like, I don't know, 13-11, you also have to ask the question, well, if they didn't lose the first 2 rounds of each half, they might have won that game entirely. But yeah, I think the skill diff was just a little too much. The strats weren't there either. So we're gonna have to see what they've got cooking for the next map.
We're gonna see what they're cooking. But we do know what map it is, because Ascent was the first map. I didn't call out Pearl as the other one. I did not see the last map they decide. But it might not really matter if they drop the ball on this one. So we're gonna have to see where that pans out. AHP is looking very and mighty strong, might I add. Coming into this, they might just keep to the same strategy if need be, but no one's anyone's guess.
All right, I think we'll take a short break then
Right.
until the next map is ready. So we'll see you until then.
All right.
All right, welcome back everybody to the NiQ Comeback Cup. We're coming back to you again with AHP versus Intuition. And right now, Intuition are staring down the barrel of a 2-0 defeat. But then again, we're going to go to Pearl, and it's their map pick. We'll have to see what they have in store for us. Ascent looked a bit like looked a bit shaky. Didn't seem like they were as prepared for that map as they could have been. But Pearl is a pretty different map compared to Ascent, and we'll have to see what kind of comp they want to bring out. I mean, for one, I'm excited to see how exactly the meta is going to shape, because Pearl's also going out of the rotation, but even still, there's quite a healthy meta and a diverse set of comps that teams can run. So it's going to be interesting to see what they have in store for us. How about you, Nitera? Are you looking forward to anything this map?
I would say I'm not looking forward to Pearl being out of rotation.
Really?
I think you're right to say that Pearl is one of the more diverse maps that actually has a lot of structure and like metas around it. But that's also another thing, right? We're talking about like map picks, right? Ascent is completely different from Pearl, and we did say that Pearl is what we would be. What you guys didn't know is that Intuition picked it, right? And if you're
Yeah.
just coming in, this is definitely a different map from Ascent. This is their pick. They might have something for it, and we're gonna see it happen. I mean, we already have Sky as a pick. We have Viper coming in. You were talking about Astro as well.
Yeah, so I mean, especially in terms of the controller meta, I think most maps have a very stale controller meta. You run one controller, maybe 2 controllers. There could be an off meta pick here and there, but generally speaking, there really isn't room for a bunch of different controllers on any map, except for Pearl. Pearl has been sort of the haven for all controller mains, because you can play Viper, you can play Harbor, you can play Astra, you can play Omen even if you wanted to. And you'd still have relatively good success overall, and it really depends on how you want to play the map.
You
It
might
looks
be
like
right.
Intuition are going for a pretty similar comp, actually. I mean, every agent except for Astra and Harbor and Actually, yeah, every agent except Astronaut Harbor are different. So
Yeah, but for the most part, I mean, you might be right in that. I don't believe there are hard and fast rules like you have to have 2 controllers in specific maps.
Choose
But
your
it
agent.
looks like at least that is a guideline they're gonna follow and live by, as we do see Viper and Harbor being picked out on the side of AHP, as well as again, like you said, just the only few differences there. And this is
yeah,
interesting.
this is the old Loud comp as well. They pioneered the Harbor Viper on this map, and teams are still trying to play it. But then even now, Loud has shifted over, seeing a few weaknesses in this composition. We'll have to see if those weaknesses are exploited though by Intuition, because Astra I think is a very good pick as well, just for having that global utility.
Right. But we'll have to see how it pans out. Just because you have a global utility, it doesn't mean your game is won just like that. But it is definitely very useful to be able to clear ways for your team to pass by, especially with all that amount of smoke you have. Ooh, it's disgusting if you think about it.
Yeah, and I mean Pearl is known for being a very, I suppose you could say, very attack-sided map, just because defending poorly is an absolute death sentence. But if you know how to defend, I think it could become very difficult for the attackers.
We'll have to
But
see.
right
I
now, we're
guess.
gonna
We'll have to
see, yeah, we're gonna see 5 players grouping up towards B hit, or for a B hit. That traditional Viper wall comes out, cutting across the site.
Beautifully done.
It's gonna be an absolute brawl, though.
Nice class there. It's on his own. Dog's out. And we're gonna have to see how they're gonna play. They really want to force this down, huh? B. As we look down through the barrel there. And you can see one pick off right there. Kevin now out for the count. 2 on the side. And that is going to hurt them a lot more. They just need to keep pushing it. And the wall is back up. But a little bit too late. First plan.
Just a bit disjointed again with the defense. I think,
Oh,
you know, when you
coming up,
have
coming
an
up.
Astra. Oh,
Enemy
nice
down.
pick from Lasciel, though.
That's almost getting the second one right there. It definitely had his crosshair trained on that hit.
2v4. Sky maybe not aware that someone's coming from the side. Falcon just made this round winnable.
Bomb grenade.
Oh, that one hurt. That one hurt. I don't know if it's a winnable round anymore, but they are definitely going to just try and force it so you can make a play here.
Oh,
Terminated.
it's a
Last
2v2.
player standing.
2v1, take
One
1v1.
enemy
They don't
remaining.
get the defuse here. They come to the corner, they like to peek. Oh! We talked about this. We talked about it. Check your flank. He did, but he did not check long enough.
That was so close.
I wish we had a replay for that. The flick
Yeah,
of the
I
camera,
mean-
he spots it, turns it back, and that one hurt him. He realized it too late.
That's just unfortunate. But like I was saying, with the Astra, you want to be more proactive with the utility you place on the map. For example, if they wanted to push B main, they could have put several stars on the main choke point
Recalling
there
my
and,
bot.
you know, stop them from even coming out onto the wide angle.
Might be absolutely right on that. That's gonna hurt them, but you know what? No use trying over spilled milk. They have the harbor wall now push in for it, and they're gonna try and push it. Viper is up once again, causing a menace with that giant we missed. Okay, true. We're gonna hope to see something here.
Looks like both players are actually ahead of the wall, ready to take fights.
They
Now,
are,
AHP are a
yeah.
little bit.
No joy against us. Tries in one corner there. They're doing their own thing, and they're trying to make on side B. Totally making their way around. Guys moving forward, coming around the corner. And then
Blitz is
going
gone.
in.
Last player standing.
And Intuition we're still able to find 2, though.
Spike planted.
Nice now.
Two really
Snow
what
Goon.
we need.
For an eco, I'd say it's pretty decent. As long as he can get rid of maybe another Spectre, though.
There's a
This
gun
would
on
be
the
a-
ground if you pick it up. Oh no.
Oh.
Yeah, you hate to see that. Harbor's one just dropped down just there. And, well, that angle was
They
covered.
think they're the best until we prove them wrong.
I think that was a cascade as well, so he should have known that it was gonna go down pretty soon.
Pretty painful.
Yeah, only lasts for about 5 seconds, so it's
Oh.
not the best idea to really stay behind that wall. I think going from heaven at that point would have been a bit better. Maybe just play for the frags, right?
Well, let's put it this way. Their reign of terror is about to end. I mean, we talked about it. The first 3 rounds is basically sealed once you get round 1 for the most part. And they're gonna hold true to that once again. So they've gotta hold on for one more round at the very least before they make any plays. But Intuition's got something going, I believe. smoke down there. Astra is waiting to activate it, maybe potentially. They now know it's there, so
Scout
it has to be
destroyed.
activated, right? Waiting for that
I
one.
will find one. Stun comes out, and now Aura. Oh, look at that.
Corner, corner.
Found them.
Protocol.
Bomb grenade out.
Last year, coming close. Oh, just managed to get spotted. Look at that.
Corner trying to hold back here, but unfortunately does not make any way from that. But they're just gonna hold it down and free plant here. They're actually win if they just hold it to the ground. It's 4-4.
Spike planted.
Right?
Looking a bit weird.
4 HP left, you don't really got much there to do. Let's keep flank.
Trades. I mean, 2 players at AHP are kind of low, all in the same corner. They just need.
Oh, there we go.
Last player standing.
1 to 2.
Going all
Astra's
up.
gonna throw a smoke.
Concealment.
Just pick it up. Pick it up. Maybe come around corner to 1. Oh, but there's not even.
For Moon.
Hawk out.
I had to give it to him. I mean, he did the fake, he did it well, and unfortunately, just shy off that.
I think putting the smoke a bit farther forward would have been a bit nicer, you know?
Right.
It would have forced them to push through and maybe give you a bit of sound cues here and there, but I mean, putting it right on the spike, I mean,
Kind of hurting
it's
yourself.
tough to say in that moment, you know?
It might be a heat of the moment kind of thing, right? You just pop it because you need to, but at the very least, we now know that on the side of intuition, they are still basically kind of.
See
The rifle round essentially already start on the side of AHP and then going ham at it.
Get out of my way.
First down, they know where they are, so they picks it up. Right around the corner, they are waiting for the spike to rotate over the side B, but I don't see anyone there. Comes around the corner.
Last player
No
standing.
good, picking 1 for the count, and they're able to push into side B free and easy. And I mean,
I
what
was
can they
Uh,
able to
do?
pick up a gun here. Yeah.
Spike planted. Ultimate ready.
Still managing to find 2 picks, but again, 2 is not enough in these situations.
Sincerely, I believe the right play is just to hunt down the seal here because, you know, he has a rifle and it'd be
Whoa,
nice to shoot him out.
okay.
They find it out. Find the play, but Viper's gonna jump out and there and it's not good. Nano wants to come around the corner and maybe he can pick something here, but I don't know if that's it. There we go. Oh my
player
gosh, you're letting
standing.
Lasil run free. Laciel.
I mean, makes that round a bit more costly, and this is going to prevent them from effectively snowballing. I mean, yeah, you see an 8K there, a 7K. Should honestly be buying Nano, Sandia. But
I mean, I felt like that was the right play as well. I mean, like hunting down Laciel and like completely stopping them from getting any guns and like, you know, just hard snowballing. That was definitely the right play, but that triple costed them.
yeah, absolutely. I mean, killing 4 players there is going to be crucial. I mean, if they win this round, the economy's reset.
Yeah. Corner. Balls up. Only 1 in there. They pop out, that's it. I'm surprised they didn't see that. But
Oh, but the shot looked like it landed almost. Okay, Kirby's just gonna fly out of there. He's gonna say, I'm having none of that.
Guys just waiting around
Spike
the corner.
down,
He's not
B.
getting no for an answer. He wants to go into that miss so badly. You can tell. And it's down.
Initiated.
Oh, Killjoy is now activating his ultimate. It's gonna be a lockdown situation
Yeah, this is
here,
just gonna clear out the pit.
which is a
We
good
need
thing.
to make a
I mean,
move soon. 10 seconds left.
man, sending a hit with that giant miss, not really good. Not really good. One player is detained though, and we're gonna see where that is. But for the most part, it's just a blind fire spree in here. Oh, there we go.
Player
First one coming in.
standing.
HP looking good with 2 players on the front, but around the corner, and that's Killjoy.
Yeah, well, trying to retake into a pit. I
Bomb
think
grenade out.
Kirby just needed to be a bit more decisive there in that situation.
It's gonna be real.
Because I mean,
here.
as far as I could tell, it was just Laciel going into the pit by
Exactly.
himself.
That was such a strong Viper miss right there. The ultimate popping in, just giving them so much control. Oh, actually, I wouldn't know what to do if I was you, like in their position.
I mean, I think the play was just to go in together and try to, you know, get a kill. I mean, the Viper had to come back into the pit eventually to try and get the spike, but then Yeah, I mean, I think Kervin just didn't want to go in with the op.
Right, the corner
Here.
Killjoy. I scared my own self thinking that was another person. Don't think about it. Let's not talk about it real quick. But yeah,
Oh,
now they're
what
pushing into
is
side A.
is Moon opping into B by himself? I mean, I don't know how I feel about that
Irrespectable.
as a Sky.
Comes around the corner. Oh, yep, you're right. He's opting on himself. He takes it.
Hey. Oh, and Kervin just gets timing different there. Just a big
Eating it,
chip.
just eating it. It's kind of like a
This
little
is an
bit.
absolute bloodbath.
Yeah, oh, whoa, no,
One
there's so much
enemy
can do.
remaining.
Last player standing. It looks like
Spike
he can
down
make it work here
A.
with an op.
Yeah,
corner.
3v1 now. Shot misses.
It was a good first shot, but unfortunately, you gotta line it up.
Now, forgive me if I'm wrong, but I think honestly, yeah, he did get the first pick there.
He
But without that flash to help your duelist get onto the site, that just allowed the weaker weapons to get closer and to actually just shred you, because now you have zero support going into the site.
Well, and that's exactly right. I believe in Valorant, actually, the defenders always have an advantage because you're waiting for them to come to you. You can hold the angles, and so that kind of hurts when you don't have like any way to like initiate the fight. Another flash comes in, oh, this is gonna hurt.
Kervin doesn't quite see anything. The dog, the dog soccer thing.
That's kind of painful because on the corner. The wall
But
up,
he's just getting spammed through the wall.
so good is up. Oh, nice thing to
That's
hit right
crispy.
there.
Now the Seekers. We all know that players coming out.
Ooh, wow, still finding his mark through the wall bang. That's gonna hurt Moon a lot, especially throwing out Seekers.
Oh, but they should know the re-swing. Oh, the trades aren't good.
AHP is having another advantage here. They have also Killjoy's Contain here, but I do not know if this is the play. Do they really want to just like lock everyone down here?
It's all gonna come down to lose to see if he can get on the site first.
It's 3-2, and Viper is also his ultimate up. Might be able to use
Might not expect anyone. The shots are
Last player
missing.
standing.
Oh, the nerves might be getting to them. I mean, all that's left is ACL.
Spike planted.
Again, our sole survivor is gonna try and make some play, but will it be enough? The longer you wait, the more setup they have, and that's gonna be very painful, especially knowing that they have a Killjoy there on Nano.
Two almost gets. Oh, that was giving me. That was okay. That was giving me some PRX Mind Freak vibes there from that same exact spot. If you saw the game like 2 days ago.
You know what? You're absolutely right on that. And like they had, it wasn't the bag. Again, last CL coming out on top this time. I was pretty sure on the last game that we had, Sky's Blue was the one to really make the plays here, undecided. Now last year is really just showing that the Killjoy pick, it's the pick.
Turret out.
Let's see how they want to play this round out here. Throw out the flash, let's see if we get anything. Yeah, take one.
A bit of a pace change here. I mean, a
I
bit more
suggest
mid control
you
coming out,
move.
but then Killjoy is gonna lock down A.
Okay. Oh,
The alarm goes out, but the Sky flash is unironically really good. They find the first two.
Spike down
oh,
A.
the smoke as
I got
well,
the
just
spike.
lining up just in time before that happened, and they're able to set it up.
Initiated.
I like the lockdown. I like the spike being planted on lockdown. They are forced to come in.
Spike
Comes on the
planted.
corner. One down.
But
Killjoy in the
losing
corner.
One
Oh,
enemy remaining.
Sacrifices himself to find two and stabilize the round.
this is the game. But Ultimate is out on the side, and
He's good for that shot.
he lined it up perfectly. And this is going to be a game win for Intuition, coming in for
Thanks.
2-6.
Yeah, I mean, that's what you need
Was
to
that
make this a
important?
salvageable half. I mean, a 6-6 half is not terrible if you can win the next 4.
But
I
that's the
hate to
problem, right? We
say it,
had the same
but
issue before.
probably best
we're
to play as
talking
a
about this,
team.
and if they do this,
So, what's
then
the
they're
plan?
basically just forcing like another round of hijinks with them. Another 7 more games, right? They even make it minimum.
I'm actually a bit surprised that AHP is slowing down the tempo here, breaking up the pace with timeout.
I like how they're doing it. It's a tactical timeout, to say the least. They don't want to let Intuition get into the groove of it and Well, in some cases, some might say it's a little scummy. I think this is one way you can utilize whatever you have at your disposal. You know what? Good on them.
Yeah, you get 2 timeouts, right? Just make sure you want to go into the next round fully prepared, so that's fine.
All
But
I'm saying is you can change your timeouts, right?
change.
You can chain it.
Oh, chain. Yeah, you can chain your timeouts.
I mean,
But
if
I
you were
don't
to want to
think-
break that tempo,
Yeah, you could do that, but you know, if your second half is not as strong because of that, then that's going to be a bit of a problem. But either way, I think AHP are doing mostly fine. It's just they're being a little bit sloppy on the angle clears. They're not really giving them the respect that Intuition probably ought to deserve. They're getting these initial picks, but then, you know, the refrags are a little much.
gonna stop you
What is
there. I saw.
Kervin aiming at?
Sky's the limit. Sky's the limit. It's waiting for the sky.
Is this a Cloudburst lineup?
I'm not sure, but we're not gonna look at him anymore. You find last yell. Again.
That suck is so annoying.
Oh, there we go.
Concentrated out here.
Retreat. A little bit wasted there. I don't think that's what you were aiming for, and that Viper's gonna have to just flip from this. They now know the Viper is there, but I don't think that's what we need to know right now, as we've seen people push to side here, nice pick from the corner.
One enemy remaining.
Yeah, but
Spike
Lose
down,
managed to
mid.
get those
Oh,
2
no.
on mid. Last year, a bit of a misplay with the molly there.
So he has an opportunity just over there, holding his position. All low as well. This is the fight that he has to take. This is what he has to contest with. Last CL doing the same before. It's no easy feat to take at least 2, but can send the show a semblance of that. Losing Proof is around the
Right.
corner. He knows he has to check his corners now. Does it very well, but I think he's a little paranoid at this point. Comes around, he sees it. He sees it. Oh! Losing
What an
Proof saw the
furnace one tap.
too soon. Too soon. And I think that's the worst part. They picked up an op just like that. Oh, that's gotta hurt.
But speaking of the op, I mean, look at Kervin. Kervin is struggling. Really struggling to get online here.
You would think that Kervin might be one of the players to, like, you know, pull in the reins here, and I don't see that happening. Not this round, at least. I mean, for the last round at Ascent, yeah, sure, but on Pearl, it's a completely different story.
Especially on both maps as well. Kervin was struggling even on Ascent. Not to mention the ping difference. While, you know, I don't want to attribute everything to ping. The ping's actually better for Kervin. So there's no excuse there
Around the corner.
in terms of what this man can do. But then I don't think he's used to it. The sound will
Oh,
come
no.
out. Look at this. He's in some
Oh, no.
trouble.
Oh,
Down to a
saves it.
sliver of health.
Comes around corner. Oh no! Still blinded, unfortunately. Banging down to that corner, but now they've got all the angles secured. This is basically a free plant if they want this. Aids out. Around the corner here. This is looking beautiful for the side of Intuition, and they want to push it back for the defense. But AHP, now they have set the
Spike
flag down.
planted.
This means that they're on a timer. But then, and
Initiated.
again, Defender Killjoy dropping down the lockdown here. I like to see that. Let's
Yeah,
see.
they need to defend this though. Oh, and
One enemy
it's
remaining.
almost too easy. It lures them in like bait.
It's so
Like
free.
it's planted for long. Cosmic Divide is available though if they really need it, but
I don't think they want to take this. I don't think they want to take this.
Yeah.
It's free. It's free. It's like giving free Valorant battle passes. Look at it, and they just want it. It's free candy. And bit by bit, they just knock down just like that.
I think the round plan just needs a bit of tweaking from AHP. They should have known that lockdown was a very real possibility, and planting for long and then retreating back would have been fine, but everyone needs to be on the same page there because like 3 people went towards the lockdown and in the link, and if that plan failed, well, you're three players short, right?
I mean, yes, but
Turret out.
man, that I don't know. That felt like the most nasty play I've seen today, and that was beautiful. You want to just
Kervin.
raw up in, maybe?
We'll have to see if he learns his
Doesn't
lesson
want to.
here.
Plant the spike.
He's cautious now. Again, the paranoia setting in.
Oh, kind
Oh, there we go.
of. We'll see him. Finally
he
finds
picks it up
Sky.
though.
Oh
One
Oh,
for
I can
one.
see that through the wall there.
Spike planted.
The shorty out.
I don't know if they want to stand here now. Moon has T up. It's so dangerous. Once Cascade falls, then that's that. It's 4-4. They have ultimates on one side, intuition. I wouldn't be opposed to just going Cosmic Divide and trying to split the players up.
Yeah, Secret do come out. This should make the pit a little bit less volatile. Oh no, one person's backside.
Okay, we'll see.
So dangerous.
Oh my god, it just again, it's the same situation from before. They just walking in for free picks and unfortunately jumps down.
One enemy remaining. Last player standing.
Killjoy is all alone and
The trades fly in, but even Nano dies. Look at the economy though.
Last
Look at
round
the
in the
economy.
half.
HP's eco is so low.
I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. HP kind of did not need that on their backs right now. They did not need it. And to be fair with you, because Intuition is doing so well, it's the last round before the stop. They have 3 ultimates up. This is gonna hurt.
Yeah, this Viper's pit needs to come out though. I'm just gonna say it right now. Like I don't think I've seen a defensive Viper's pit. Like when's it gonna come out? Eventually it has to.
Right, you're gonna supplement the attacking side if you throw that pit. And to some extent, I agree, but you have to drop it. Like you know this is your advantage. Take it.
Like Riot is nerfing this ultimate to 9 ult points for this very reason. It is very powerful.
I've got your trail.
Oh, come on. Oh no, it's an absolute bloodbath.
You can tell how devastating it is because we're talking over each other on the same thing. You can tell. They walked into that one.
Suggest you move.
Alright, the pool's out. Surf's out.
Yeah,
Last
not
player
ready
standing.
though.
Killjoy.
Spike planted.
Oh no!
Get out of my way.
Oh my!
You did not pressure. You did not have to, Sky.
Switching sides.
Oh, the disrespect!
I don't even
Now,
think
me
he did the right
personally,
click
I
there.
wouldn't take that.
I don't think he did the right click as well.
It's just the left click.
Yeah, it was just the left click. Oh, Sky, you nasty. You nasty.
So nasty. Oh boy, that's literally a knife in the back, right?
Oh, he really drive that one in. He drived it in.
Oh, we'll have to see how Intuition plays this attack side though. I
That
mean,
mental damage though. That mental damage.
yeah, absolutely, just crushing them.
I would be surprised if he has a target on his back now.
Just start the tea bags.
Oh, not like this. Not like this. Check
All right, the dot will come out through R just to clear a little.
Scout destroyed.
Get a bit of information. A lot of that utility just gets vaporized. Now
Well, that's
Luz
fine
needs to
information.
Luz needs to remain cool here. He's about to go up against Sky. Or the Sky is cool. Sky's blue.
He runs the corner. Oh,
Oh, but the
Good
sheriff whiffs! And that's a pivotal kill! Now Intuition has options. A minute left on the clock.
Intuition still looking fantastic here. They just need to find a way in. They're on site A. They want to push this. They have all their angles covered essentially. They push it together. This will be it. Mid is, however, being a little bit of a pool party here, and I'm not sure why. And it's
Oh,
Slate
Moon,
time.
what? That is disgusting!
wow,
That's
even
even disgusting, no way!
Was it deserved? I don't think so, but he made
I don't
away
think
with
he
it.
deserved that. That's a jumping headshot with a frenzy.
Okay, for the corner of the again, the flag takes them by surprise. This is the 3rd time we've seen it today.
Both players are one shot to a sheriff. They need to just go
Enemy
together.
remaining.
Oh, it's disgusting. It's messy.
Look, I know it's
No
definitely
stopping now.
apparent
Not
that
until
any
the
Valorant
job is
player
done.
knows their worth and wants to compete, needs to have good aim. But in a high-tide situation like that, honestly, sometimes you gotta give respect where it's due. Nick it out just like that. I cannot believe my eyes right there. This is again Intuition's game to turn around. If they want to make this one happen, this is it.
Absolutely, they need to win this anti-eco. They need to convert somehow. But the spike is left in a very odd position. I mean, this is visible from deep into like B lobby.
I mean, the thing is, do they really want to force B lobby? And I think they do.
But the thing is,
C5,
AHP is creeping
no.
up. He doesn't know. There's the bubble. He gets in. They know where the spike is, though.
Hey, that's a good trade. That's a good trade.
Here. Here.
Let's not forget that they have a killjoy, right? They have a killjoy on both sides. If they set up properly here, this is their city.
But this is a rifle versus a classic. They need to play this right. They should expect
Yes,
someone to be
classic.
here. Oh, but Sky moves that double
Right.
Last player standing.
Classic is making
Spike
good
down,
work.
mid.
I'm gonna call you out
One
again. Are
enemy
you sure
remaining.
the classic's not called a classic? The classic's right there for a 4. That's beautifully done.
My genius doesn't stop
Get
in the
something!
lab.
Get
Stand
something!
here.
No, he doesn't need anything. I don't know what you're talking about. The classic is the way to go. Last Yell proving it to us why a classic is your default gun. Gets the job done, does not need to spend on econ, and is basically fuel efficient.
I watched. What have I just watched? I witnessed a classic beating several guns. This is ridiculous.
I don't
After
know about you,
leaving the
but
spike in spawn for the enemies to just immediately see it after coming out of B main.
it's the play they made. It's the play they made. They bait everyone in, right?
Oh boy.
Okay, last year, you know your
with
work.
the shorty though. All this money gone. I mean, that was 2 rifles, I think. Sandia still has a bit of money, but then
Saw it, saw it.
Irene needs to be careful, quite low, especially for that shorty. Maybe check it. Well, the dog should have seen him.
For it. In a pretty interesting angle here. I don't know if this is the way that if they walk out, they'll be able to get caught off just like that. They need a flip.
And there are 9 players on this site.
Push it. Done. Spikes down.
Spike down
Gets
B.
the spam.
3-2.
The turret will be destroyed. They should know someone's coming for flank.
Last year making it work.
Spike
making it work.
planted.
Oh, on the corner.
Last player standing.
Get spotted
Watch, can
out.
they make it? I don't know if they can. Sheriff
Looking
and
a bit shaky, Nano. Come on, calm down. You got it.
3-1.
But Kerbean's starting to heat up. 4K.
Look at Kareem's stats actually. 8-13. Last time we saw him was at 3. He was at 3.
You know,
last time.
I will say, Kareem has just effectively doubled his kills with that 4K.
He's done a little bit more than that, yes. Doubling at the very least, yes. But at the very least, now we can say that he has done a fantastic job to try and pull himself back up. It is against 6-9, same position as before, Intuition on the back foot, and I'm excited to see if they can make a comeback on this one.
Yeah, definitely on the back foot, but they are gaining momentum.
Good.
Maybe look at the springboard off of that. They do have the lockdown ready to take this A site. Seekers are the only thing that A's don't have to really turn this back, but how long are they willing to stay?
They're all manning a mad dash over to side A, as you can see. Just that one lockdown is showing everyone everything pushing in.
High Tide is coming in, but Kirby not a dash through. Molly's on the ground.
Everyone's in already.
He doesn't enough. On that out last time gets the trade.
Last player
Oh,
standing.
but they're just going
Spike
in
down
favor
A.
of AHP.
Oh my god, they were just straggling in for it. It was just like a, a buffet, one at a time, just coming in. Ooh, you hate to see the AHP coming from this again, the 6-9. They started it off 6-9 to 6-10, and now it's back again, same position as before. Actually, I don't feel so good. I don't feel so good.
Yeah, that should have been their round. The lockdown is so powerful. But it's, the
Right
round
there.
is over in the blink of an eye.
Get out of my way.
Those shots
Oh,
can't
they
hit.
hit.
And he's blocking Gavin! Wow!
That's a curb stop if I've ever seen one. Curb beats tempo just stopped right there after that 4K. You hate to see it.
The alarm bot is right in front of Falcon. Maybe just destroying this would be good, just to get rid of it.
I think maybe they just want to pick that up. Information too.
Pressure on there.
Coming in.
Off the dog. They're hungry. How does that
One
go?
enemy remaining.
Oh, right for the corner,
Spike
Viper.
down.
And the pickup coming from KJ here, and that is crazy done.
How did that shot look like it went through the little whatchamacallit, the little ledge there? I'm like so confused. That was a headshot. It was clean. Wasn't even a wall bang.
Oh, maybe the bullet bounced off the wall. Who knows? But for the most part, you know, they reached what they sold, man. They got what they came
Turret
for.
out.
And it looks like AHP is they're starting to adapt. And by adapting, I mean just taking aggressive fights and winning them.
Maybe that's the thing. I mean, like, they do have a more defensive combination with the Astra, and of course the Viper. So might be correct to just take the fights. Like, what's Smoke gonna do in a fight?
Finds one through the wall. Wow, okay.
Alright, dog's out.
Dog should be able to spot the alarm bot
Block
there.
sight.
We'll smoke across. Kavin's kind of alone right now. Smoke's gonna fade soon.
Waiting for the corner. Oh,
Do they expect
spotted,
anyone to
spotted,
be
picked
there?
it up.
Sandia managed to
Spike
get
down
into the
A.
Let's turn the
I
tide.
hate that we had to pan out of the camera just as we saw it, but hey, the result was expected in the end.
Sandia not quite ready for that.
For the corner,
Nice
oh,
move, does have the
pick it up.
operator.
Oh, no. They now know that's up there. I don't know if they want to stay there. For the corner, oh,
One
right,
enemy remaining.
Why'd you find it?
This should spot out the last minute player, and it's a 6-12 scoreline again.
Match point.
I've got no words.
It's deja vu.
I'm holding the
it's deja
seat
vu.
Turret out.
I'm holding my seat handle. There is a very big part of my heart that says that I want Intuition to win this comeback.
Yeah, you just
And-
want to see something, right?
Right, yeah, they have like ways to make at least like this not 6-13, right?
Just
Maybe a 7.
one more round.
Just one. This is so painful. 7 games back to back. They have to win this. Their mental is not gonna like them for this. The dog does not find it smart, unfortunately, just waiting a bit. But now we know where they are. Killjoy's around the corner last week now. Later on, but now just gonna hold his rock first.
Oh, and the respam through the wall. Kervin is just getting hammered.
Not Kervin's best game, I'll tell you that.
Bloody them.
It's a 3v5.
Great.
Yeah, this next fight's no good, but this guy gets the trade.
Bloody them.
Wow, that wallbang.
Where's the action now?
Waiting to see. We're waiting to see. It's 2-4. I don't like my odds here, but we have Laciel on the spike,
yet.
so who knows?
Alarmbot is out of position.
This is fine. This is fine.
Sandia
Water
should
rising.
know that this is a possibility that they're up this close. Just doesn't manage to see.
The anxiety of it. I mean, we have to look over to the side of
30 seconds
They
left.
need to go through this wall
Push
together.
it.
One
Sees
enemy
one.
remaining.
Sandia. Sandia's around the corner. Needs
All
to
up the
push in.
Falcon.
There we go. One
Nice shot.
Take the spike, leave. That's all you need to do, right?
This wall he doesn't get the second though.
Defenders win.
Oh, it's so painful to see. I'm telling you that. I'm telling you.
Bomb grenade out.
There was a tree. Was the tree, right? There was a tree.
Yeah.
It proven that Laciel really did hold down the fort there, pushing in like that. Wow, look at
Yeah,
that.
Laciel.
22
Top
to 16.
fragging match MVP. That's crazy to me.
That is 6 more than Moon did. And by the way, mind you, Moon was arguably one of the stronger players coming out from that last round. And so it is surprising to see that you know, the tables have flipped.
Yeah, and Laciel is how do I say? Laciel is Ascendant 2, by the way. The rest of his team are immortals. So that says a lot. He's
title.
good.
That title, deserving.
Deserving. I mean that game was I think on the attack. It's just in general the Nitera, that they showed a few signs of indecision, weakness. They got a bit cocky. They didn't stick to their guns. I think
It's a little bit
being
painful.
able to pivot on this map is so important, especially with the Astra. And they just were too set in their ways. They might have broken the Killjoy utility here and there, but they didn't exploit any of the rotations. They weren't really thinking too hard about those kinds of that kind of macro, basically.
But I mean, you have to give it to the team of AHP, right? For a while, they were hard stuck against Intuition, and then they realized, hey, wait, they have like 2 controllers and a Sentinel. If we just hard
Yeah.
push one and the Sentinel isn't there, like we're gonna win this. It's fine. Let's just go. And it really worked out in their favor, especially when you have Harbor as well. Your entire wall is just moving constantly. There's not much you can really say about that. And they made it work. They made it work. I really love how AHP made it out. Intuition, however, wow, individually strong players, but seems like they just lacked it off a little bit later in.
Yeah, especially on the defense. I think Curvin just gave up way too many picks on the defense there. I think somebody
Can you
needed to
blame him
just help
though?
him.
Can you blame?
I mean, yeah,
we
is
saw the one he flew over the wall, and he was waiting. They were waiting for it.
Or I'm talking about on defense, where it just felt like Curvin could not find a single op kill.
That is true. That is true. He was on 3 for a very long time, and that
Yeah,
really
I
hurt
mean,
the team.
I think you saw one, but 1 out of 12 rounds on the
1 out.
defense on that B site. It's like that's pretty rough, all things
can I say?
considered. You want to see a lot more value coming out of the
We
Jet.
do,
there.
we
Even
do.
pushing up aggressively with the Jet. Like if you threw a Sky Flash just to get a little bit of initial space, and then Jet really walks up forward onto B long and just holds a deeper angle, that could have been better. That could have beaten the Harbor Wall.
That could have been better.
But then,
But
I mean, it just didn't work out that way. So I guess
what can you say?
GG's to Intuition and AHP. Congratulations on moving forward. I guess that's going to be the end of this match for now. We'll see you
Right.
guys later today.
Right, we'll see you in just a bit.